Alright, so the last time we played Titan Souls was before the timer was in its current form, so I know we were on like the last 3 bosses, if I recall correctly, and the boss we're currently on is particularly tricky given how close he is to the checkpoint. I don't actually remember the mechanics for this fight, so I'll see if I can figure it out after a couple attempts here. I think it has something to do with getting the hands to slam on these little platforms when they light up. Something like that. Getting them both to line up on them, maybe. It's definitely part of it. I don't know how to do it simultaneously, though, is the big issue. Oh, it's based on distance from the hand, it looks like. Okay. So there's the thing I have to shoot at, I assume, but it also shoots a giant laser out at you, so... Yeah, it's not easy. Definitely very tricky. How you doing, Donovan? I do like the way this game manages to pull off the Shadow of the Colossus feel. While being much more twitchy in nature, right? Okay, looks like I can do that pretty readily, but then the hands tend to go ham on me as soon as I unlock that, so I need to figure out how I can get into place to actually damage him before getting crushed. That's pretty cool. Unusual idea. I think I've died in almost exactly the same way every single time I've managed to land both of those platforms there. Hey Retro, how you doing? Shit. I think we do want to open with that if possible. That's easier said than done. They tend to go hand on you. Haha. How do I keep them from killing me here? Oh wow. You do not get time to shoot him there, do you? Interesting. Okay. And I assume that's what I should be doing. Did I confirm that with certainty in the last session that after getting both hands on both platforms I have to shoot an arrow into its chest? It seems really hard. So I can know if that's on the right track or not, because if it's not... Just tell me if it's wrong. Like, I guess is also telling me if it's right. Walking off stairs, right? It isn't not right. I think it's gonna have to do with getting the right phasing for the eye lasers and the fists so I can get a shot off there. I'll turn off the podcast thing. I was out of the office today, so some of my stuff might be behind. Thank you, Darkstar. Thanks, Nodovan. Appreciate it. Alright, so... I don't think I have time to shoot an arrow after I trigger that, unfortunately. Oh, you can't even touch the fists if they're not moving. That's good to know. Orphan is definitely harder than this boss. This is just a question of executing once versus executing for an entire fight for about 20 plus minutes. I'll ask what like a hint, thank you though. Although that tells me that I'm doing something wrong right now, so sure, what's the hint? Thanks. Yeah, so what am I doing wrong? Go ahead and tell me. Yeah, for the upcoming, I believe there's 2 bosses after this one. You guys can discuss tips and stuff in hide before you share it. Just the aggregate of people in chat. Suffering. Yeah, it's pretty great. This game does a lot of things really well. It's definitely the pink thing when we're supposed to be damaging, presumably. Well, I've got a system to always get to the second part without needing the delay, because I think it's also based on proximity to the hand. I merely just wait for the delay there. You know, the hands move too fast there for me to be able to shoot them the way I want to. How do I shoot an arrow? Alright, let me ask this question. Just because I'm going to keep doing this, thinking that it might be possible. And knowing that it's not possible would be useful. So what I plan to do is get both fists on the platforms, and then immediately run to the center and try to charge an arrow. I think that's impossible, because I think the hands will immediately move from the platforms and crush you. So the other possibility is to try to bait out the hand so they don't crush me, and then the moment they stop attacking, try to get in an arrow at the very last second. But again, I don't think there's enough time to shoot at it in that time. Okay, so phase 1 doesn't work. What about strategy 2? They don't stop attacking. Yeah, they just keep wrecking you after you die. Any practice I had from, 5 months ago is gone now. I think we definitely want to get the, we have to do it while it's pink is part of the problem there too. I should probably just let them kill me if I don't get it on the first cycle, because it's more annoying to try to get it on the second cycle. I can pretty consistently open him up on the first cycle here. Yeah. I've already failed, so just... Huh. I thought that if you touch the fist, you would die no matter what. Maybe it's if they're moving slightly or something. I had a situation earlier where I moved into a fist and just died. Is that being a pain all of a sudden? My cheese not work anymore now. Maybe I need to be standing right on the edge in order to get away from it fast enough to keep the other one from moving. Oh, I didn't know there was a no roll mode. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. Well, this fight in particular, Yukiko, it's like they knew, right? Some of the other fights have much longer salty runbacks, which I don't think fit this game as well as they do in Dark Souls. There's nothing to optimize about getting through there. That's probably the closest I've gotten. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like salty runbacks work in Dark Souls because there's something to optimize when you're running back. And then the fight itself isn't, you know, seconds long in most cases. Whew. First try. Like the evil spirit stuff. You got this, Marstead. First try. What an easy try. I've never died to Capra Demon. Then I always go in there with enough poise that the dogs don't just jib me, so... Super Meat Boy deaths would be cool, I agree. It would work really well for this game. Another close checkpoint, that's exciting. Seriously? That's funny. How are they going to play with the design space of boss fights here? 12 minutes, that's actually not bad. I think I've spent longer on other bosses in this game. I don't remember which one I was stuck on the longest. That's cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that right there. Image of the Titan Soul. Probably need to go for the arrow again, I'm guessing, since pink means kill. Tricksy thing again. Yeah, good. But they're going to go do that again. Yeah, that definitely should be. Oh, we have to hit him with his own arrow. That's cute. It's okay. Fancy, fancy. Like it. Well, it doesn't work. Trying to stay on the same line with him, so it's hard to dodge and also be in his path. There are no iframes on the roll, right? All rolling does is get you quickly out of range. Yeah. It's going to be hard to not get hit by that arrow if my goal is to stay on the same... just keep it parallel to the boss, right? Perpendicular to the boss, whichever. That's interesting. He controls your arrow, too. Oh, I thought I got him, but maybe that's not the answer. Did he, like, corrupt my arrow there? I feel like I pulled it into myself and died. Try it again. might actually have to do, rather than reflecting my arrow, letting him control my arrow in some way. Although that could just be a strict negative for me to make it a harder fight. Let's just see. Yeah, so sometimes I start sucking his arrow in. I can blow up his little purple crap on the map, but I don't think that's affecting his health. It's an interesting fight. Talk in exclamation point hide. I really appreciate you not commenting on my speculation. Hide is safe. Don't think streaming would be fun if I wasn't allowed to speculate on what I think is going on. Clearly does something. Alright, okay, so I suck in that arrow. You can steal my arrow. Collision of souls. Interesting. Or me sucking in my arrow can suck in his arrow and get me killed like that. Okay, that's good to know. We can both suck in each other's arrows. He can claim my arrow, which is not good for me. That's not the way to do it. Maybe I need to suck his arrow into him rather than try to shoot him with my own arrow. Assuming that's how that works, but it might not be the case. We'll see. Yeah, let him kill you 100 times. I'll try getting on the opposite side of him. That's my next idea. I think that might be it, because it's to keep him from his little lasers killing you, would be my guess. Pity the composer for this game. Yeah, we're gonna get to hear all of your amazing music for like 6 seconds at a time, right? Sorry about it. This is an appropriate final boss to be a mirror image, right? It's pretty great. Grabbing him like that doesn't really help me very much, does it? I can like suck it into him. Interesting. Alright, I'll go ahead and ask for a tip. Does this fight require me to utilize his arrow in some way to beat him? I'm operating on the assumption that it does involve his arrow, and his arrow is not just something that I have to dodge or avoid or watch out for sucking into myself. Oh, chase that rabbit hole forever. Okay, good to know. So it'll probably be a different color. Should watch for the telltale pink, huh? Probably the better idea. I guess he's pink when he rolls like that. Oh, I bet that's it. Oh, that's gonna suck. I think he rolls every so often, and then, yeah, his little, like, invincibility thing follows him. So you have a brief second to anticipate where he's gonna go and fire a shot at exactly the right moment. That's tricky. Let's see if I can predict how he's gonna do that, though. Very tricksy indeed. That appeared to be mostly random, his current dodge there. It might be based on my proximity to him. Maybe he always dodges before reclaiming his arrow. Could be as well. Let's try that again. I don't know how I'm meant to anticipate where he's going to go, though. Learn how he moves away from me. Yeah. Very tricksy. Yeah, I've already close to matched the time in the previous boss. I can force him to dodge, but then I don't have an arrow to shoot him with, so I have to wait for him to dodge of his own volition. Or if I kind of just have to guess sometimes, you know? Not quite a hit. That would have almost been it. Thanks, sir. We will try. Because I want to keep to the how long to beat, I've got an hour and a half, so that's reasonable. Alright, so I guess the little lasers are kind of there to keep you from just trying to chill out and have an arrow ready to aim. I thought I did all the bosses before this. Which ones are you talking about? I didn't mean to come here without having done any of the other bosses. I don't know which ones are missing. So I'll have to leave and come back? You'll have to point me directly to it. Ooh, that could have been it. It was not, alas. Ooh, thought that was gonna be it too. Oh, okay, fair enough. Alright, I'm getting closer now. He doesn't roll after his first arrow shot, it looks like. But he's likely to roll after the second one. Okay. Nice. Titan Soul, achievement unlocked. That took about 13 minutes, about the same as the previous boss.
an easy win.
Done half of it doing it wrong then. Thanks, Retro. So this is like the false ending. There's more to do if you beat all the bosses in the game. You killed this guy without figuring out what to do. It's funny. The number of bosses that I went into it saying, okay, I gotta look for something pink. And I got distracted by some other mechanic. It must be this mechanic. No, I really just need to look for the thing that's pink. I wish you could. Both of those were pretty cool fights. This is a neat game. Hard mode. Iron mode, you only get 1 life. Cannot roll or run. 16 kill, 172 deaths. Fair enough. Oh, little fanfare there was for that. Okay, so where am I going to get to these other 3 bosses? Southeast. I forgot how I got up here in the first place. Probably up here. Yay, conveyance rugs. This game is really, really cool in principle. I love the idea of these twitchy boss fights where the boss has 1 hit point and you have 1 hit point. Things like the salty runbacks and what else? Not being able to hear the soundtrack, for example. Like some of the earlier bosses, like the boss wasn't hostile right away, so you could kind of immerse yourself in it more, but then you have to wait every single time you fight it for it to become hostile for you to kill it. It is also annoying. And I wonder to what extent Titan Souls is a fixable game, if the issues with it can be resolved with iteration, or it's just like the premise, this is as good as you're going to get, outside of maybe shortening some of the salty runbacks. Going southeast of here, you say? Or is it on this level here? Well, I mean hostile immediately once you trigger the battle, what I mean to say. It was up higher, so not down here. Okay. Finally. Yeah, we beat 2 bosses. Even good in the neighborhood. Yeah. This way? Southeast? I'm actually going further up. I'm just going the direction I want to be. Excuse me. Right. Hold roll and then hold the button when you dash. Maybe down in there. Okie dokie. One north and one east. Probably has something to do with one of the gravestones, would be my guess. See if I can deflect one of his shots at his face to be able to hit him in the back. Oh, okay. Okay, so I can't deflect his shot, so I think it's just a matter of getting behind him at exactly the right time and firing a shot. Yeah, Eastmost Peninsula is the secret. That didn't actually get changed too much. That was one of the... There's like a couple pages on that in the Legend of Civilization, the Zelda book. Like, how did that end up being a thing? Since I think the original Japanese actually has just really useful information there. Try it again. So there's no immediate... Well, maybe there is immediate cheese. It sounds like I was stuck behind him there for a second. Follow as close to him as I can hear. You don't seem to die if he lands on you in that way. This is the only time he does that animation, so... Yeah. I assume that would have just crushed me, but apparently not. So it could be sucking it in and pulling it into his back to work too, maybe. He moves predictably, doesn't he? Predictably. Okay, he always moves in a diagonal, so... You had shot your arrow when he landed on it? That's funny. Different kind of cheese than what I was thinking. Okay. He will still spit in your face, though, when that happens. It's funny. Oh, you hadn't fired it? I think that once he comes to a pause to shoot his fireball, he slowly turns, and that might be your opportunity to get behind him. He's not chasing you the whole time. Gotta be pretty quick about it, though, it looks like. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pull that off and kill him like right when he lands, because he seems like he turns around really fast. It might be possible if you're standing in exactly the right location when he first jumps, but... I don't know what causes him to shoot 2 versus... or 3 versus 5 shots either. 7 shots, however many that is. You can't kill any bosses in this game by, by sucking an arrow back into them, right? You always have to shoot it with force into their weak point. I feel like that's true. That sometimes the arrow can do non-lethal things on its way back, like get rid of projectiles or something. I'm operating on a flawed assumption there that enemies can die from... You can kill every boss by pulling back the arrow. That's interesting. Okay. There we go. That's all we had to do. Most of that attempt was forgetting that it was possible to do that. I don't know if I ever did that in another boss, though. Pull the arrow back. Cool hitbox, bro. I think I hit his purple thing, like, right here. Earned it. How else can you beat him other than sucking the arrow back at him like that? Oh, clever. Pretty good conveyance. $3,579. Oh. At the very beginning of the fight, right? I had a couple there where that appeared to be the case. Found what you sought. Kill the second god. So this is different depending on who took my place. Go later do story. Created the 4 guardians. Beard. So the Titans here. Brew from Lost Souls. Some are like you, human. Lacked your conviction. Killing. That was cool. Given this game is fairly lore light, I like doing it in an area that you have to slowly climb up. Is that pretty much just like a story thing? Like, did you discover this area? Get some dialogue for you. I think I one-shot this slime boss at the very beginning. It wasn't until the second boss that I realized you only had 1 hit point. The music here is cool too, that's pretty awesome. So what does he say if you come here before beating the final boss? Alright, I gotta walk back to the final boss, which I believe is all the way north. And I'll be ready to go. Abomination in your quiver and the price you paid for it. That's cool. I should go back to using the D-pad. I don't think you get a full range of motion, do you? Maybe you do. Yeah. So right now, this is probably the closest game I've seen to trying to capture the feel of Shadow of the Colossus, even though it's very different in a lot of ways. Pray for the Gods looks really cool though. It actually might get a release now. This place requires a certain number of bosses, but not all of them in order to open up. Save 1. Thank you, kind game. Oh, this door was previously not open, presumably. Whoa. Looks like the eye we just fought. Can I read that runic text now? Oh, I really like the silhouette style for this. That's pretty rad. This is really different from the rest of the game style up to this point. I like it. Oh, that's not how that's happening. Oh, that's cute. It just puts you right back in here. No run back at all. I think it has to be like the moment that it bounces there. I can get crushed too, that's cool. So I gotta be ready on the line where I want to bait it to, it looks like. And you gotta, yeah, I'm going way too slow right now. That's pretty tricky. It's like you gotta roll as it's coming towards you and then immediately face back to where it's gonna land and ready the arrow. That's tough. I'll get it. Whew, that's aggressive. Maybe I can get it while it's spinning at the end instead of what I've been trying to do there. Like right when it's there. That's possible. Let me try that instead of what I was trying before. I like how much the blood stands out in this map too. So once it starts spinning, you can't hit it, it looks like. Gotcha. Try doing the corner again, and then head back over to it as the tall one's coming for me. Y-axis one. Ooh, okay. So it's almost certainly not my original plan, because I thought I shot it there. But it might be that it's only on the ground for a split second. It's kind of hard to notice the blood in the earlier stages. Yeah, that's not how you do it. You gotta get it here. Okay, I see. But then it doesn't always stay where it was there. This does feel like a Kirby final boss. It's a good call. Guessing this will be a multi-phase boss too. I'll be very surprised. I like to do the dark cloud, evil purple eyeball, and Kirby. Okay, it's close. close, but not quite. Okay, so I gotta be faster than that, it looks like. Biggest failing there. Also too slow. Again, just so that I don't keep trying something that's impossible, is my current strategy of... excuse me, here, I'll tell you. Not shooting him here, but shooting him after the horizontal one go. Okay, never mind. Answered my own question. Hey, phase 2, that's cute. I like the map for this phase 2. That's pretty awesome. There's a purple eye among all this shit. Gotta deflect all the other ones. Neat. Cool. I think I gotta handle what to do in phase 2 as well. I can move pretty much indefinitely here. Yeah, we gotta be careful to not misfire the arrow, because getting it back is gonna be a bitch with all those things. I've never seen or read Full Metal Alchemist. Is it good? Ooh, there's not enough force in that, I guess. Really? That's high praise. I'll check it out sometime. Shit. Not good. This is such a cool fight. I love the graphical style here. Ooh, alright. Eyeball shoots lasers. Good to know. Probably our one chance to kill him when he shoots his laser there. Oh, so there's two different series based on the same manga, it sounds like? Shit. Alright, so the positioning on the vertical wheel isn't always the same. I don't know what changes it, but I want it to be as far on the opposite side of the screen as humanly possible. Alright, we're gonna watch out for his big lasers here. So there's a bunch of ads that I have to worry about too, which I probably don't even want to bother with screwing all through. Whew. Yeah, once he starts firing that laser, it's already too late, so... Don't set a time. Just disappoint you. Yeah, I guess that wasn't enough force. Shit. I guess maybe it wasn't close enough to the center either. This is gonna be bad. I don't know what to do when it's that close to me. It's just gonna kill me every time, basically. Third stage feels easier to reach. Like, second stage is easier to clear than the first one. So the first one, I'm not entirely sure how it works. That's better. There we go. The vertical one is less predictable, though, is a problem in running into. Ooh, you get stuck on those things, that sucks. Nope. Okay, so I think I can't afford to miss fire in that one. I can get my arrow back, but it's too much of a pain to try. Almost better to just suicide once I miss it. Okay. Not like that. Yeah, they blocked me from sucking it back in, unfortunately. There'll always be that number of runs, so I'll find a brief opening. Spinning every time I swing it. Yeah, if the vertical one is on that level, I guess maybe I could try to shoot from higher up, but it does just kill me when that happens. Okay. This phase more or less half down. I think maybe the solution here is just try to shoot him as soon as possible, as soon as he brings his head down for the first time. Running around for longer is really going to help me. Woohoo! First try. That's cool. killing one of his little ghosts there is the way to go.
We've got this, Marstead. Where? How? Where? First try.
Pretty cool. Thanks for sharing Titan Souls. This is a pretty good game for Subblock, I think. We'll take a short break after this to switch over to Hand of Fate, which I don't know if I can. We'll see. I think I last played Hand of Fate. Let's see, when was it? Played it for 1 hour for Serp Subblock forever ago. It's a cool game, and it's not at all what I was expecting it to be. I was expecting a card game, but it's actually a like a Batman Arkham Asylum brawler. April 11th, 2016, over a year ago. That lets you read all the boss names. That's cool. Yeah, there you go. Take off the heart rate monitor. 203 deaths. Truth translated text. That's cool. Thanks, folks. We'll be back in a bit with Hand of Fate.